Bianna, did you hear this news about the iPhone tracking your every move? Now we're hearing that the Android phone is doing it too.
It has been the story of the week. And of course, the question is, why are these companies collecting your data? And what can you do about it? Our tech contributor, Becky Worley, is joining us from Oakland, California, to tell us more. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning, Dan and Bianna. Yeah, it's estimated that over 40 million Americans own either an iPhone or an Android device. So now, news that these phones are learning a little bit more than we thought about where we go and when we go.
You take your phone with you everywhere. So when security researchers discovered that Apple iPhones are logging location data, a cry for privacy rang out. And now news that Google's Android phones are also logging your movements.
They collect your location information, which is your latitude and your longitude, coupled with a unique device identifier, and that's being sent back to Google on a regular basis.
This data could be used to build incredibly rich databases that help Google and Apple improve their technology.
An iPhone can be an eye tracker, and an eye tracker can be used by a predator.
I've downloaded a program on my computer that takes all of the location data Apple's storing on my phone and then shows it on a map. With my phone in the car, I drive a circuitous route through San Francisco, even down crooked Lombard Street. But looking at the data log from my phone, it doesn't show that exact route, only a grid of the cell towers I pinged along the way. Android phones, though, are much more precise. Google told us their phones collect cell tower locations, Wi-Fi routers, and your phone's GPS data.
But they said all location sharing is opt-in by the user. Any location data that is sent back to Google is anonymized.
Just last week, the ACLU sent a complaint to the Michigan State Police asking about their deployment of forensic cell phone analyzers in the field. These units can slurp up emails, text messages, and data location from the phone all on the spot.
Law enforcement has not been willing to be transparent about how they're really using these devices and what kind of information they're really accessing.
The Michigan State Police assured us they only use these tools if a search warrant is obtained or if the owner gives consent.
Control over location information should be in our hands, not in Apple or Google's hands.
Now, it's important to note the difference between Google Android phones and Apple iPhones or iPad devices in this case. With Android phones, Google says you can opt out of this location tracking. In the settings, there's a tab called Use Google Location, and you can check to opt out of sending that data back to Google. Now, with Apple, that opt-out option is not available yet. I'm wondering if we might hear something from Apple later this week, Bianna and Dan.
Becky, here's the difference between you and me. You know what you're doing. I tried to download that program that sort of tracks where you go, and I think we're going to put the results up on the screen. Instead of getting a compelling moving map, I got a large blob.
Looks like an ink stain.
Which shows that I've done a lot of work on the East Coast and a few things out west.
Yeah,
don't zoom in too close there, Dan. That's just my advice. You don't want to share all that info.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much, Becky.